Fatema.
Hi.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming in today. Got you in here to answer a few questions for us today.
Of course.
Your application letter and resume really impressed us. That's why you're here. We want to see that if you're the right person for this internship. So we're going to ask you a few questions and see if you'd fit our business requirements and like the culture that we've got going on here. So first of all, we'll start off with some background. How did you choose your major?
With my major, I was really interested in biomechanics, and especially with because it's more focused on helping people and developing assistive devices. So I kind of wanted to explore that branch, and also because it's a fairly new discipline in engineering, because biomedical has been only introduced in across the universities in the last 10 years, or 10-20 years. It's just been around for at best 50 years. So I kind of wanted to venture into something new. And also because I come from Bangladesh, it's not really implemented there yet. So we still have foreigners coming in to work as biomedical engineers. So I kind of wanted to grasp that opportunity as well.
Cool. So when you were looking at the job ad here, what do you think was one of the requirements that we had down that you're least confident about, and how do you think you'll handle that aspect of working with us to become better at it?
Because the position is of a research intern, the thing that intimidated me the most is the research aspect of things, because I'm not very familiarized with writing formal reports, or when you present your findings, how you arrange your research and your data, and the formal protocol that goes in when you present your paper. But with that, I'm pretty confident that I will learn as I grow, because I'm sure I will get great mentors to help me through, and that's my main focus throughout the internship.
Cool. So now you're still at uni. Where do you think you see yourself in 5 years' time, or shortly after you finish your degree?
My personal aim is to work in as many research firms or hospitals, and learn more, basically, about research and new things and the procedure, essentially. And in 5 years, when I'm done with my degree, I probably want to pursue a PhD, doctorate, because I've already had some exposure into labs. So I'm kind of ready to just go into research.
Alright, so leadership and teamwork are very important skills to have, and something that we value a lot here. Do you have any examples of how you are able to motivate other people?
Spending the past few years at university, I feel like most of those skills kind of come from the subjects that I've completed at university. So there was this one subject in particular. It was called Engineering Communications, where we had to collaborate together to target a challenge called the Engineers Without Border Challenge. So we essentially had to find a solution for a community of people who are underprivileged. So initially we had to present this report as a group, but when we formed a team, I noticed that there wasn't much communication going on. So I kind of decided to avoid the conflict and not take initiative, and it kind of fell apart for the first report. And for the next one, however, I kind of tried to build on that, trying to show examples from the past that, we did not communicate with each other, we did not consult each other, and these parts of our report weren't really matched together. So this time we have to enforce more of the communication. So for the second task, we had a very structured, organized plan, and we reviewed our report as we went, and we kind of made tweaks to it. And yeah, we did pretty well after that. So I think I kind of developed that leadership skill, where I can control everyone, not as part of where I'm imposing my power, but where I'm trying to develop a network and work together to bring up the optimum results.
Cool. It's a good response. So, tell me about any ethically challenging situations. Good response. So, tell me about any ethically challenging situations that you found yourself in and how you went about dealing with that.
One of the ethically challenged issues that I found myself in was when I was an active member of the science club in high school. So I had a position of an executive officer, but I have been noticing that most of our funding had been disappearing from the treasury. Upon that, I did not want to target our treasurer or the person who was responsible for handling all the money because that would kind of leave a negative impression on the entire team. So I kind of approached her privately and I tried to discuss where the money is going, and I tried to figure out where most of our spendings were implemented on, like where it was used up, where it was being used up. So on doing that, it kind of brought focus on her, on the money, and she kind of understood that no, some people are watching over where the funding is going. So I feel like I was able to manage the entire complication very discreetly and kind of resolve the entire issue with that.
Cool.
That was an ethically challenged situation.
Cool. All right. So my final question for you is, how do you think other people would describe you?
Other people would describe me as a perfectionist, and it comes from a very bad place because I am very obsessed with everything. I want everything done the right way. So most of the time it ends up in an attitude where it's my all or nothing, and I'm trying to transcend that and just work in a process where I have something forward and then try to perfect it. So yeah, I think other people would describe me as a control freak if I'm being informal, but yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's all from me. Just wanted to thank you for coming in today and answering these questions.
Thank you.
But we do have a few other people to interview today, so we will give you a decision in the next few days.
All right.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, that will be all.